somebody drew a caricature of the president and put it in the chain of command display in the halls of the most professional school in the United States Army, Drill Sergeant School. Don't just get to make the drill sergeants look stupid. Monday, January 27th, a day that will live in infamy for the United States Army, because that is the day that the United States Army Drill Sergeant Academy, my Drill Sergeant Academy, the one that I attended, the place that I and thousands of others of drill sergeants attended, made the news. Oh, and not for something positive. No. Not for being professional. Not for leading the way. Not for instilling discipline in the newest wave of trainees that come in to be turned from civilians to soldiers. To quote the drill sergeant creed, capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield. No. Not for any of those good things that we do. No. Somebody drew a caricature of the president and put it in the chain of command display in the Drill Sergeant Academy.
What the is that?
Yes, in the halls of the most professional school in the United States Army, the standard bearer of discipline, Drill Sergeant School.
I'm glad to see you got a sense of humor. So do I.
Now, before I fly off the handles and discuss why this might be a bad look, first, a word from this video's sponsor. Because I'm saying so many F-bombs in this thing, I know YouTube's gotta demonetize it. Do you have any bad habits? I know I sure do. It's yelling at people on the internet a little bit too much. Gosh dang it, Elon, I can't stop. But what if I told you that there's a fantastic alternative to one of the major bad habits that we all seem to deal with? Fume. Fume is a flavored air device that draws flavor into your mouth, not your lungs. And it's a great way to satisfy your oral fixation with non-toxic flavors. And since there's no nicotine and there's no disgusting smell coming out of your face, you can use it everywhere. Fume fills a void that a bad habit can leave. No vapor, no nicotine, no toxic flavors, no batteries, and will cost you a fraction of your current bad habit. And Fume's design is more than just delicious flavors. It's an awesome fidget tool with magnets and clicks, things to calm down your anxiety. Fume is high quality, it's got a sleek design, and it's perfect for you to take it while you're on the go. And with all the fancy, delicious flavors to choose from, you'll never get bored. Spearmint ice, cinnamon hearts, or black licorice. Fume has already helped over 300,000 people build better habits. Try Fume today, and if you order a journey pack using my code AngryCops, you'll get a free Fume topper, a fantastic accessory to level up your experience. Just go to tryfume.com/angrycops or scan the QR code on the screen. Okay, let's start off with some of the simple, low-level, and obvious issues with this cheeky shenanigan.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Evil shenanigans.
Now, I know that the inauguration was January 20th, all right, a little over a week ago. I'm sure you know what barracks inspections are because I do them as a drill sergeant. So, of course, a drill sergeant leader would know how to do barracks inspections. The first sergeants in Drill Sergeant Academy would know how to do barracks inspections. The command sergeant major in charge of the academy would know how to do barracks inspections. And anybody that's been in the military knows that barracks inspections mean a couple things, right? Your room is supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be clean. It's supposed to set the standard. It shows discipline, order, everything is dressed right dress. Which leads me to ask the first question, how many days does it take you to fill in the slot where your commander-in-chief's face is supposed to go? Huh? Now, let's just say that this was, it wasn't a full week that this photo was taken, like a day or two after the inauguration, Well, I'm pretty sure that the election day ending in the end of November gave you plenty of time to print out a photo.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
What are we trying to save money on printer ink here? Huh? You think Doge is gonna come after the Drill Sergeant Academy because they had Too many photos of the president, the commander-in-chief printed out. I guess we just don't teach planning ahead in the Drill Sergeant Academy anymore. Must have changed from when I went through back in 2012. Oh, I guess we're just saying, throw out those P's, baby. Throw out the proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Acronym shenanigan.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
That we used to use all the time. PCIs, PCCs, well, why don't you FUCK me? Now, everybody's looking at someone to blame for this stupid thing. And the great part of it is that everybody in the photographs on the bottom row are the ones that are responsible. That's all the first sergeants and the commandant, the command sergeant major, the head of the Drill Sergeant Academy. You see, those guys obviously failed to instill discipline in their drill sergeant leaders. They failed to do an inspection on their barracks, on their training area, on their office space. Well, they failed to put that picture in a timely manner, and well, that gave opportunity for idle hands. So what did these NCOs, non-commissioned officers, do? Well, they allowed this to happen with complacency. Oh, that's an Army word. Complacency kills, First Sergeant. Complacency kills, Sergeant Major. I mean, what happened to attention to detail? Now, to calm things down just a little bit. All right. Some people are saying that this photo of the president is offensive. Ooh. And that's why they're upset. They're upset because they made the president a little more orange than he usually is. But honestly, when it comes to military artwork and guys just drawing shit in the barracks, I think it's actually very tasteful. Whoever drew it did a pretty good caricature. I mean, yeah, once again, he's more orange, but his hair's all jacked up. There's no devil horns, there's no eye patch, no goatees, no sharp fangy teeth, or him saying, deport everyone, or deport Sergeant Ramirez. And there's a flag in the background. In fact, it looks oddly similar. That's right, it looks pretty much just like his previous photo as the commander-in-chief that was hanging up in all military barracks. Now, to the individual that did the drawing and took the photo, placed it in that position, and now, well, the whole world has seen your shenanigan.
You mean shenanigans?
Well, his actions can come down to a fairly common phrase that I think we're all familiar with, and that is a time and a place. That's right. There's a time and a place for everything, but you've got to determine, is it the right time and the right place? Because guess what? If you mess up one of those, it's got to end in some not so happy shenanigans.
Shenanigans, right?
Now, is it the appropriate time? Yes, I think it is the appropriate time for that. It's the change of command, right? The old president's out, the new president's in. They're trying to get the photos out and print out a new one, and you slide one in there. Boy, that is funny. And on top of that, it also feels like it's kind of a jab at the chain of command right there in the Drill Sergeant Academy in the unit, saying, hey, listen, we haven't gotten this changed yet, and it's been a couple of days. This is a Drill Sergeant Academy, all right? We're supposed to be the most professional, disciplined, frickin' NCOs in the United States military. How about we get this thing fixed? And just to show you how we should get it fixed, let me throw a little reminder in there. So then you're reminded, chain of command, that we gotta get that thing cleaned up, fixed, dress right dress. So the timing is right. But the place, holy, you couldn't have been more wrong. Even if you did it, right? And you put it up there, and you had just taken a photo of the president in the president's slot with nothing around it. Nobody would care. Well, nobody would know where that's taken, and that's kind of funny. Even if you zoomed back a little bit, so then you just see like the head of the Department of Defense and, you know, maybe the TRADOC commander, like nobody would know what unit that's in. They'd probably assume that it's some quartermaster reserve unit, and they're unprofessional as anyway, so who gives a shit? But you didn't do that, did you, dipshit? No. You not only slid the photo of the president that you drew in the presidential slot and took a photo of it, you took a photo of it with the drill sergeant frickin' bitches on either side. and the United States Drill Sergeant Academy just plastered over it.
George, they're on to us!
Have you lost all military bearing in your thick skull? Of all the places to not around and make us look stupid, you chose the Drill Sergeant Academy for your joke? You must be retarded. Whatever drill sergeant leader or even a drill sergeant candidate that's there for school that did that, come here, doofus. You're the reason we have social media training. And that's coming from a guy that's still serving and yells at a camera in the middle of his living room on the weekends. You chose the House of Discipline and Standards and Professionalism to fuck off. Now, the posts on social media, specifically Twitter, well, they have gotten a lot of eyes on them. And I think that some of the suggestions of getting Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, involved in this, or firing the people that are there are just a little over the top, okay? It's a non-offensive, overly orange drawing of the president in the slot, poking fun at how the leadership there haven't already put in a photo. Now, I do think that there should be some repercussions because, well, you don't just get to make the drill sergeants look stupid, do ya? Now, I'm pretty sure that the standard in basic training is if you have some stupid little trainee off and disrespect a drill sergeant, wow, whoa, well, no, he's not getting fired, all right? Oh, but they gonna learn today. Oh, they gonna learn today. So let's talk about some possible disciplinary action that we can get from this and learn from, shall we? Now, if you're the top dogs in this school, how are you gonna hold yourself accountable when you've already dropped the ball? Well, I think that you're gonna have to get some visits from some division or TRADOC command sergeant majors so that you get babysat for a little while. So even though it's your school, you're not in charge because you were irresponsible, because you were incapable of putting up the simplest of photos into a thing and not make it completely explode in your own face. So I think some significant babysitting is in order, and a little bit of micromanagement. I think that that's in order. In fact, should probably have you guys teach a couple classes. Yeah, that's right. Lead some PT in the morning. For a while. Instead of doing all the admin tasks, I think you should be out there with your DSLs, maintaining the standard a little bit more because it seems like you're just not doing that right now. You've got your first sergeant and command sergeant major of the Drill Sergeant Academy teaching classes right next year to make sure that everybody's meeting and exceeding the standard. What would be somewhat comical is if a lieutenant colonel decided to pop on by for an entire cycle just to show you, I guess NCOs can't handle it on themselves, and maybe slap that kick in front of everybody a little bit so that Sting reminds you there's a standard. And maybe we should just make drill sergeants great again.
Carry on.
If you want to support the channel, get yourself a shirt. Yes, make drill sergeants great again should be in order. I think my next video might actually be an open letter to the SecDef. Maybe give Pete a little advice on where I think the direction I think the U.S. Army and the military should go. Cheapest way to support the channel is leave a comment. Tell me what you think should happen. You think everybody should be fired? You think this is just a joke that's gone too far? Do you think, hey, yeah, it's funny, but you know, Drill Sergeant Academy, what the fuck were you thinking? And a special thanks to the unsung heroes that I rarely call out, but I really appreciate. The people that support me on Patreon. Now, I don't say this very often because I don't want to seem needy, but every single cent that is donated on Patreon goes directly into the channel. That's cameras, that's lighting, that's me buying a missile for the background so then the videos look cooler. It's kind of heavy. I think maybe I should lay it down. All right, thanks Patreon. See you next time, weirdos. Monday, January 27th. A day that will live in United States Armory. Shit. Evil shenanigans.